Courageous is big. Big and red. A banner, too.
If that is all, I will return to a state of inactivity.
Okay, Valimar. Thank you, thank you. Actually, this is a good moment to take a pause. So, for those of you who were here in the last stream, thank you. I know things will look different. I promise we won't keep changing it. I'm trying to find my my previewed view, I guess, for both myself and the viewers, both on YouTube and here. What else? I'm trying to run. I had everything prepared, but then I had the unexpected break. So now I'm kind of kerfuffled here. But hello for everybody over in YouTube. This will be a recording that I've done over on stream. If you want to catch me live, come to Starz Forever. I do have a link somewhere in both the description and on my channel, so you feel free to catch me live. Chat away, give me all the good reasons why you love and hate this game, whatever, you know the gist. But welcome back to Cold Steel 2. In the last episode, we more or less sat down with the fully gathered Class 7 to finally discuss what should we do now that we have the full class. What is our part in this war? And we were just getting to the juicy bits of it when a unexpected visitor, namely Vita, decided to come in unannounced. So we had that little fun interaction with her, and she wasn't alone. She decided to bring some friends. Very, very, very powerful friends. And unfortunately, Crow was there. Well, not unfortunately for me, because I love him. He's amazing. But unfortunately, because Rean still doesn't have quite what it takes to necessarily deal with him and the Goonies that followed him. So we were taken aboard the Panther Rule for the protection of Ymir and our friends to listen to Duke Kyan basically preach about how if we really want to end the war, the only true way to do so is to join his side. Of course, Rean had to think that over because it sounds great in theory. Because he gets to be friends with Crow again, he cuts the casualties, and overall sounds like a great thing in disguise, but unfortunately, as much as he wants Crow back as a friend, we just could not do it. So we decided to make our escape, but not before investigating what Crow told us, with a very royal guest sitting above in her chambers. So, with the princess in tow, we decided we're leaving that ship. Fortunately, we did not make it, but then we had backup, and we did make it. Now we're aboard the Courageous, because the Courageous came in to help.
Thanks for all you've done, Valimar. I'll be counting on you if anything else comes up.
Lots and lots of things happened.
Acknowledged. Prepare yourself for your next encounter with the reunite, my awakening.
Thank you, Valimar. I will try to do so, but no promises.
Don't worry, I will. We lost last time, but I know that's not all I'm capable of. As long as we're all together, I know I can get stronger.
The power of love and friendship is my strength, says every cliched hero in existence.
I eagerly await your results.
Looks like he went to sleep.
So, this is what the Great Ashen Knight looks like up close, huh?
Hi, Prince Oliver. Thank you for rescuing me, by the way.
I've heard all manner of rumor about it, but I never expected I'd stand in the presence of a legend.
I can't possibly begin to thank you enough.
Am I not a legend yet? Oh, well, I guess technically I'm not, but still.
I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come to my aid. Thank you.
Oops.
And that goes for everyone else, too.
I did not mean to press that button. I apologize.
Thanks for coming to rescue me, guys.
We're just happy you're okay.
Just don't scare us like that again, alright?
I'll try, but again, no promises, Alyssa.
True. We were all on edge waiting for you to get back.
And yet you somehow managed to come out unscathed with Her Highness in tow.
Yes, I know. Amazing, isn't it?
You make it sound like it was easy.
It wasn't?
Well, easy or not, it was worth going on board. I got plenty of useful info out of it.
I mean, technically, he's not Ron.
So funny enough, I'd say their invitation worked to my benefit more than theirs.
I guess there's no harm in looking at the positives now that all's said and done.
Look at you, acting mature and all grown up. Brings a tear to my eye.
Looks like we have some catching up to do.
I'd like to follow Rean's lead and extend my thanks to each of you as well. Thank you, all of you. And, dear brother, it's a relief to see you safe and sound. Though I never pictured my great escape would end with you in this airship of all things.
We did time our appearance fabulously, if I do say so myself. My only regret is that we weren't able to blow in with a storm of rose petals when we boarded them. Perhaps I should have asked Emma to look into the feasibility of making such a magnificent entrance.
No. No. 100% no, Your Highness. Just no.
Oh man, that would have been so cool!
Well, it's probably not impossible.
Girls, please don't encourage him.
Now you're just being silly.
You're just being dumb is what you're being. No, we're not encouraging the prince with entering like a lunatic, you two.
Sounds about right for our prince.
The fact that he's your prince makes this all the more alarming and terrifying. Just saying.
Well, at the very least, I'd say we're clear of any immediate danger. And given this opportunity, I'd like to sit down with you to discuss our situation and exchange any pertinent information.
Yeah, I learned a lot of things.
But first, I think we have a few more reunions to celebrate.
Rean!
TOWA! George!
TOWA! George! I thought I heard your voices when we started flying away from the Pantagruel. So you were on board too?
I'm glad to see you guys are okay.
You bet. Good to see you, Rean.
Still looking short as ever, TOWA. I'm about to get scolded, aren't I?
Whoa!
Aww.
It's really you. You're really okay. No sooner had we found out that you were still alive, we got told you had been taken by the Alliance. We've been so worried about you.
Aw, TOWA.
I'm a real troublemaker, aren't I?
You are not kidding, Rean.
Sorry, TOWA. But I'm glad to see you and George made it out okay. Everything I've said to you has been at the back of my mind ever since we parted ways in Trista, and it's kept me going every step of the way. So, thank you.
Oh. You remembered. You promised me you wouldn't die. And you didn't. We still need to work on that one, but I know you're not the kind of guy who'd go back on his word.
See? Rean's a guy you can count on. Nice to see you're holding up okay. Still can't believe you made it through all that fighting in Trista in one piece, but... well, here you are.
Good to see you again, George. But how'd you two end up on the Courageous to begin with?
Well, considering we kind of left them in shambles, I'm surprised they even were able to board the Courageous.
We'll bring you up to speed once we all sit down for our meeting.
Where's Angie? I understand Crow, but Angie?
There's a conference room on one of the upper floors. We can meet there when you're ready.
Ooh, fancy. Jesus Christ. We have room for one more person.
Operations right before Heimdall was first occupied.
Yeah, well, we still have room for one more person. Anybody want to take a seat, or is that seat for me?
I realized what the Alliance was planning, so I gathered a skeleton crew, met with Viscount Arcade, and we hurried straight to Trista, where we found your classmates locked in combat with the Azure Knight.
I see. That explains why you were in Trista.
I shudder to think what would have happened if not for the Courageous' timely appearance. What have you been doing since then, Father? I hadn't heard anything about your whereabouts until now.
Eventually, we were able to shake off the Azure Knight's pursuit.
Dude, I love you, but you kind of look ridiculous with that hat. Just saying.
And we've been traveling around the country ever since, preparing to find you and take you on board.
George and I haven't been here long. The principal managed to get in touch with the Courageous without anyone noticing and sent us here.
He did?
I hope he's still alright.
Wait. Were you guys still in Trista when all this happened? Or did you actually escape? Because what I'm getting out of this is that you guys were still in Trista.
By the way, what happened to Major Vander? You two are always joined at the hip.
Ah, alas, he is currently indisposed.
I was about to say, I feel like there's someone missing, but I don't know who. Now I know.
His military obligations have him heading up the 7th Armored Division in Western Erebonia. They're working with your former instructor, Major Neidhart, as well.
With him too? So he's over in the west now.
Huh. I should have known the 4th Armored Division's ace wouldn't get his ass kicked so easily.
Oh, right. Dad said he'd heard from him too, remember?
Still, the west side of the country contains Marquis Higharm Sutherland Province.
Wait, that name sounds familiar. Oh, it's patty cakes!
Along with Duke Cayenne's Ymir Province. The fighting there would no doubt be even more fierce than it is here in eastern Erebonia.
Why so? Aren't they technically on the same side? Why would the fighting be fierce there? I think they'd have the easiest time, quite frankly.
Correct. A large percentage of the Imperial Army's military strength still remains intact.
See, I get that, but in Duke Cayenne's area, I don't know about the High Arms. I will admit that. I don't know their area enough to say, well, hey, they shouldn't have people there. But at the same time, I would have thought that they would have had an easier time of that general area.
But the Noble Alliance forces' constant attacks have put them at a disadvantage. On top of that, a number of townships in the region have been caught in the crossfire and suffered great losses.
That's terrible.
I'd heard as much, but it still pisses me off to hear it.
See, that's the unfortunate thing about war. No matter what, innocent people get dragged into the middle of it because someone's always gonna be a power-hungry creep.
With the 3rd and 4th Armored Divisions occupied on the eastern side of the country, one can only assume the Noble Alliance intends to use that as an opportunity to crush the forces in the west.
Yeah, but they're not stupid. I bet the army in the west is putting up a pretty good fight by themselves.
It's too early to call things just yet.
An astute assessment. The situation in the Western Theater could change at a moment's notice.
Right. That means we're uncertain what course to pursue now. And having said that, we have a question to pose to all of you. The question, really.
What are we going to do in all of this, I take it?
With the whole of the Empire caught in the throes of civil war, what exactly do all of you intend to do from here on out?
Us?
We were in the midst of discussing that when Rean was taken to the Pantagruel, in fact.
It sounded to me like everyone had their own agenda, but nobody quite knew how to voice things.
This is a full-on war, and our fellow Erebonian countrymen stand on both sides. No one here is delusional enough to think that a group of students like us are capable of stopping it by ourselves. Still, during our field studies, we found ourselves up against the problems this nation faces again and again. And because we have that experience, I believe there's a place for us to change things in all this. A part only we can play. We may not be able to compete head-on with the Alliance, but together, we can move things in the right direction for Erebonia as a whole.
That was wonderful, Rean.
You know, I bet you aced your, public speaking class.
Still, we aren't all gathered here for the same reasons. Be it rescuing Elise or settling things with Crow, we've all got something that we personally want to accomplish. But accomplishing those things won't be possible with the situation as it stands. And that's why, no matter how stacked the odds are against us, or how fierce the fighting becomes, we want to put everything we have into making all the difference we possibly can, in whatever way we can. I think I speak for everyone in Class 7 when I say that.
You bet.
I agree completely.
We may all come from different walks of life, but this time, that can work for us.
Exactly. We have something no one else does, and because of that, we can do things no one else can.
And what kind of class would we be if we didn't take advantage of that to protect the people and things we love?
As well as find our own answers to the questions we have looming over us.
As Rean said, however big or small it is in the long run, we have a place in this war, and we have every intention of following it.
But see, while I get that, this has always been one kind of gripe I've had with the plot in this sense. They've mentioned before they don't want to take any one side. They don't want to fight for the Alliance, but they don't also want to fight for the Imperial Army. Now, you could technically say, well, they don't do that. They don't side with one side or the other. Their decisions kind of do lean more towards the Imperial Army's side of this war. So they're not in as much as, not as impartial, that they think they are. At least that was the impression I got.
Sounds like it'll be a pain, though.
I mean, I get Eustace and Laura being a bit on the edge because being nobles and whatnot. The same for Rean too, but he never technically considered himself among their number. I understand their hesitation, but still, they made the decisions to more or less say, I want to fight to end the war. And again, a lot of those decisions really aligned in the Imperial Army's favor.
No biggie. We're Class 7. Throw in a few of Rean's trademark speeches and we're raring to go.
Yep, even Milliam sees it.
Look at you kids.
You all sound like you've really thought long and hard about this.
That's the Class 7 I'm proud to serve.
I don't know if anyone else ever got that impression, but that was what I got out of it.
And you guys aren't the only ones who feel that way. Everyone at Thor's has something to bring to the table. Remember the Academy's motto? Arise, O youth, and become the foundation of the world.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That was what Principal Van Dyke said to us at the welcoming ceremony.
The words of Dreikel's the Lionheart serve to inspire us to this day, it would seem.
Of course. They ring as true as ever.
It's like you didn't even have to think about it. You guys just knew.
Yeah, you should be proud of yourselves. And it's true that Thor students are scattered all over the country right now. But I'm sure that each and every one of them are fighting too, and they feel the exact same way that you guys do.
I understand, Your Highness.
Indeed. I figured you would have already given it some thought, but I wasn't expecting such a stirring conviction. But I think this at least settles the matter of what course to take. If you would do the honors, Captain.
As you wish. We're about to do something neither side would ever expect us to do. We're going to entrust this ship to you.
Well, that's a mighty big thing to be doing.
From here on out, the Courageous is yours to command as you see fit.
What? What?
I just love Elliot's guttural scream like, what? No!
Father, would you mind elaborating?
I love how Even Laura's like, have you been smoking, Dad? Or what'd you get into?
It means exactly what it sounds like. The operation of this ship will be left entirely to your discretion. I imagine your journey to make a difference in this war needs a home base to begin from.
Well, yes, but...
But then what will you do?
We plan to disembark and make our way to the western provinces. Once there, we'll begin working with the 7th Armored Division and the other neutral forces in the region. The intention is to ensure that as few innocents as possible are harmed by this conflict.
I was actually worried this airship might prove a bit too conspicuous to aid us in pursuing that goal. But with us headed west, we'd be leaving all of Eastern Erebonia in your hands.
So you're literally giving these kids a giant ship.
Wow.
I see. That does make the most logical sense.
Kinda. If we've got the courageous, we could give our third faction some real weight. Neither side could afford to ignore us.
I'm not even sure the guild could come up with a plan this wild.
I beg to differ.
Well, it's fair to say I've learned a lot from the way the guild's members handle things, yourself included. Oh, and Alphen?
Yes?
I'd like to ask you to remain on board the Courageous as well. This ship is technically the property of the Arner household, fathers in particular. It should give them a certain freedom to act if they have concrete backing from a member of the Imperial family.
No, I don't want to be with these fucks.
I'd be happy to. Henceforth, I, Princess Alphen Rice Armor, will guarantee the legitimacy of their actions. So do whatever you see fit to do. You have my full support.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Wow!
We are truly honored to have you with us.
No turning back now.
Yeah, seriously.
We hereby humbly accept custody of the courageous.
Cool. Who's the captain, though?
Please, leave Eastern Erebonia to us.
We'll be counting on you then.
I'm looking forward to toasting your future successes.
So what are we doing here at the Ebel Highway? Oh yeah, we're dropping them
I'm leaving
off,
you
huh?
in charge of the Courageous's day-to-day operations. I don't doubt you'll make a fine acting captain.
Ah, yes, TOWA becomes the captain. I don't think there could have been anyone better for the job, quite honestly.
It would be an honor.
Aw, you look cute, TOWA. So, how do I look? Wow, it really does suit you. Yeah, the size is just right, too. Fortunately, I had a spare on hand that was a smaller size. That is quite fortunate. You're kind of like a cute mascot, like a human Mishi. Perhaps we should capitalize on this opportunity with an irresistible line of Captain TOWA merchandise. I bet you there was when this game came out. That sounds like a wonderful idea. Oh, you two are terrible. Gotta say, the hat's a nice touch, TOWA. It really suits you. Yep, You definitely look the part of a captain with it. I think things will be just fine here in our absence. Yeah, you guys won't be needing us around much longer. So you guys are taking off then? You'll be disembarking together with Father, yes? Yeah, it was nice to help out until you guys got back together again, but now that you are, there's no use in me sticking around. With the situation to the west what it is, I've decided to help out over there instead. I intend to return to the commanding the RMP. I believe that's what's best, or I believe that's the best way I can contribute to bringing this war to an end. We understand. Bye-bye, Claire. If you bump into Lecter somewhere, make sure you say hi for me. I'll be sure to do so. I have been entrusted with a number of research tasks by Chairman Irina. Or is it Iruna? As it so happens. So this is farewell for now. Wait, how did the chairman get a whole... You know what? I should not even bother asking. This is the chairman, after all. That doesn't sound shady at all. But, well, stay safe, alright? Whether you're a member of Ouroboros or not, it'll never change how our family's made. Oh my. I'm touched to hear you say so. Please, my lady, take care of yourself. Still, let's keep in touch, okay? I'm gonna keep gathering as much info as I can through the Guild's intelligence network. It's not like Erebonia is the only place where strange stuff's going on down now. True, I'm particularly concerned about what's happening over in Crossbell. Anyway, I'll leave that to you. Give my regard to Miles. You know it. Thanks for everything that you've done for us. I'm sure that we wouldn't have been able to come this far if not for your help. Hey, no need to get all stiff all of a sudden. You're embarrassing me. You may be working separately from now on, but I intend to do all I can to aid you in the future. Take care of everyone.
Master Rean, would you mind accepting this?
Huh?
It's a little something I've always kept with me. I hope it will be of some use to you.
Black virtue.
Thank you, Sharon. You're always taking care of us, you know that? I almost wish you could stay with us longer. I feel like I have so much more I could learn from you.
I would like to remain here and continue to serve you as well, you know. I wish you the very best in the days to come. I'm sure that if you try, you will find a place worthy of you in this world.
Thank you. I'll do what I can.
I also hope that you'll continue to care for Lady Elisa in more ways than one.
Sharon, stop!
We'll all take care of her while you're away, so don't worry.
Well then, it's time we bid you all a fond farewell for now. Chin up, Alphen. I'm counting on your charm to keep everyone motivated.
How great, from flirty brother to flirty sister.
May the goddess be with you.
I look forward to the stories you'll have to tell when next we meet, Laura.
Good luck, Father.